We've covered the basics of how to create a digital map with Google My Maps. Now let's discuss some ways you can make your map even more dynamic. Adding photos and videos to your My Map is easier than ever. Simply click on the point, line, or polygon that you want to add media to, and then click on the camera. You can upload files directly from your computer, search the web for images, and include images or videos that are already online. You can add additional media by clicking on the plus button on the bottom right, and you can delete media by clicking on the trash can. An important note is that the images and videos will stay in the order that they are uploaded. You can't move them around within the info box. Always click Save to save your updates to the info box. Did you know that you can style the features in your layer all at once? The default is individual styles, but you can change this by clicking on the individual styles paint roller. By doing this, you can style places within the layer in a uniform style, a sequence, the individual style that's the default, or by data column. We'll talk about the data table in a minute, but just know that you can use information in your data table to set style labels. You'll also see an option here to set the labels on your map. This lets you add the name or description of your items directly onto the map. In the last video, we covered how to make basic changes like color to the look of your icons, but Google offers many icons for you to choose from, and you can even add your own. To add these to your map, click on the point you want to change, click More Icons, and you'll see a button for Custom Icon. Similar to how you added photos to your info box, simply upload an image or paste the URL here, then click Add Icon, and it will change the icon you selected. Your icons can be anything you create. You can even use a photo as an icon. We've also provided some icons that you can use on rootsandshoots.org/mapping. And we used a 32 by 32 pixel as the size for our icons. What if you've already got a lot of information you want to put onto your map, and it just seems like a waste of time to add features one by one? You can upload data tables to a layer by adding an Excel or CSV file, a KML file from Google Earth, or a GPX file, or a spreadsheet from your own Google Drive. You'll add the data table to a layer, and within the layer, you can only import data if you have not already added data individually, and you can only upload one data set per layer. But you can add additional data sets to other layers to show comparisons. You need to have column names and some kind of geographical reference in your table. Latitude and longitude is the best, but you can also use an address, city, state, or just a country to plot the points. You'll get to choose the georeference for the map as well as the marker title, which you can change later. After the points are mapped, you can style by data point. For example, with this data, I could style the map by the question we asked, "Are you an educator?" And it assigns the responses with unique markers. Now you'll see that I am a classroom teacher twice because one of them has a period at the end. I can edit this in the data table or fix it in my sheet, delete the layer, and re-upload the sheet to a new layer, which is what I would do in reality because there is a significant amount of this particular error. But for the sake of this demonstration, I'll show you how to edit it in the data table. Click on the layer options, the three dots, then open data table. You'll see all the data here, and like a spreadsheet, you can organize the data, search within the table, you can add columns or rows to the table, and you can edit the text in each cell. You are not limited to using My Maps just on computers. You can also use it with mobile. There is a My Maps app for Android that allows you to edit or create a map with your mobile device, and you can view your My Maps on non-Android operating systems. I'm going to quickly cover the highlights of the mobile app. Within the My Maps Android app, you can view an existing map that you've created, or create a new map, add layers to this map, and add points by searching and dropping a pin. To drop a pin, you pinch and zoom the map to the correct location, and then hold your finger in place until you see the marker appear. You can assign this marker to a layer and add a name and description. You can also move this marker after you've dropped it. The mobile app does not have the full functionality of My Maps, but it's a great way to collect data and makes building your map a more interactive experience. You will need to be connected to a Wi-Fi or mobile network to use this app. In the previous My Maps video, we had you create 3 layers in your map: people, animals, and environment. But you can add more layers to your map, and these can be a great way to keep using your map throughout your campaign. We will cover some of these suggestions in steps 3 and 4, but they include mapping your community collaborators, mapping your campaign ideas or community needs, and mapping your campaign activities. This wraps up our lessons on some of the different ways that you can use Google My Maps to create your Roots and Shoots community map. But before we leave, let's check out this example of My Maps in action.
Find what was wrong with the neighborhood and to ask maybe how people felt about it.
Yeah.
We went to observe things in our community in Wanchai, and we also tried to interview some locals to try and to find out what was happening in our community and what we need to fix in our community.
Right now we're making a map. So where we're putting all the problems we found onto a Google map.
We can send it to people to let them know that this is where we found some problems, so maybe they could help fix these problems.
It was quite surprising because I actually know some of those things, like that one where the sign was pointing the wrong way. Like I've gone up that road so many times and I've actually never seen it.
When you just look out the window, you never realize these small problems.
Yeah.
But once you actually are determined to do it and you just walk around, you can actually see that there are a lot of things that we can work on and fix.
Yeah.
So, yeah.